The main thing... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punches.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Although there is no major difficulty today, the roads of the town and Aveyron are often tiring, and riders must be sure to keep up their strength throughout the day to hopefully edge clear on the final climb, where in 2015, Greg van Avermaet fought such a splendid battle against Peter Sagan for his first victory on the Tour. The breakaway didn't get far. Watch out for counter moves.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The beginning of the stage shouldn't be very exciting. Once the breakaway's gone, just sit quiet and wait for the last 70 kilometers to hit roads that climb a little. The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
Time gap stabilized. The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The gap between the peloton and the escapees is stable.
The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings.
Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The breakaway is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The first King of the Mountains summit is classified as a Category 3. There will be 2 points and 1 point to be scored at the top. The next difficulty is listed as 3rd category. We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. "30 seconds lead for the head of the race."
The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standings. The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves. 10 kilometers from the finish for the head of the race. It's going to be difficult for them, especially with the short climb to the line. 10 kilometers. You'll have trouble seeing it through to the end, especially with the final climb.
He's moving on to the attack.
Okay, we'll consume a feed. The last 5 kilometers. Get ready for the final sprint. Make sure that nobody opens up a gap on the overall standings.
Three kilometers. Nobody's yet managed to gain the upper hand. The red pennant is in sight with the head of the race, and it will soon be on to the Côte Saint-Pierre. 600 meters with a section at 12%. A great opportunity to place a decisive attack.
Big crash in the peloton. Go! 1 kilometer. Give everything right to the line. Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostesses. We can say that everything...
We really messed up this stage. We were aiming for a stage win, and we didn't even finish in the top. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect.
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. The last 30 kilometers in the Auvergne Mountains are conducive to attacks. We should see plenty of movement with the favourites for the overall standings obliged to come to the fore.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
One and a half minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price. You're approaching the intermediate sprint. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. I'm going to take a nap. Wake me if something happens. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. You ride so that your teammate doesn't catch up and make it too many up front. He goes to the top of the climber standings.
The breakaway's passing through the feed zone.
The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
There will be 2 and 1 point for the mountain standings. We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. Breakaway over. The riders are onto the Pas de Perol, also called Puy Mary, a second category climb. The first rider at the top will pocket 5 points for the mountain standings.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
It's a fast descent to the Col du Pertu. Riders will have to stay vigilant because there are some sharp bends ahead. The riders are at the foot of the Col du Pertu, the penultimate climb of the day.
The peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb. Go, guys! You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey. He's accelerating behind. Watch out! They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. Okay, we'll consume a feed.
He's trying to get out. Watch out!
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. Watch out for him. He's the best puncher in the breakaway.
Only 1 kilometre to the top, and we still don't know who's going to win.
You were first over the top of the climb. That's good.
The finish will be settled after 600 meters of false flat.
He tops the standings. He tops the...
The result is clearly not up to my expectations, guys. It isn't catastrophic, but when you've got... It's the final stage, guys. Today's...
Hello everyone. This stage, ridden through the Nice hinterland, could prove to be eventful. With difficulties all along the route, there will be numerous opportunities to go on the offensive. The breakaway didn't get far. Watch out for counter moves.
The breakaway is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up. The race is on to the first climb of the day, the Côte de l'Avance. A first difficulty that should allow the men in front to widen the gap.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
A new difficulty is approaching, the Col de Châteauneuf. Here again, there will be 5, 3, 2 and 1 points for the King of the Mountains classification.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The riders are now attacking the Côte de Calaison, the last King of the Mountains summit, and classified as a Category 2. There are just over 50 kilometers left in the race. With the Côte de Paix and the Col d'Ez, we can say that the race is entering its closing phase. And if anyone wants to try to blow the race apart, they will be able to go on the attack from now on.
The break is still not done. It's difficult to escape today.
Great work, guys. We've taken the top spot for the polka dot jersey. his teammates to try and catch you. I reckon that they're wary of you for the stage victory.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Now a long descent will take riders towards the Col d'Aise, the last pass of the day and an emblematic location in the Paris-Nice race.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
The breakaway's managing to hold off the peloton. The gap seems to have stabilized. The front of the race is now starting the ascent of the Col d'Aise. If a rider manages to go over the top alone, he will have a good chance for a win, because thereafter the road only slopes downwards until the finish in Nice. It's ranked as a first category climb, so there will be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 points up for grabs.
He's accelerating behind. Watch out!
Okay, we'll consume a feed.
You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
He's accelerating behind. Watch out! A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
It's a lone rider who begins the descent towards Nice. He won't be able to let up. His pursuers are not far off.
There's an attack. Watch out, guys. It's up to us to control the race. The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way, lads. But watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers.
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out. He's moving onto the attack. He's turning the screw.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
The lead rider is now onto the Promenade des Anglais. It's now flat all the way to the finish.
The breakaway is at the red pennant.
He's amongst the leading riders this year.
We really messed up this stage. We were aiming for a stage...